So Jonathan, Matt, Heno, and Sean are our sponsors, and I again want to just say thank you to you gentlemen for the support that you've given us to make today possible. And yeah, it's lucky to be able to sit up here and just have a conversation with them. Can I encourage you, if you've not yet done so, visit the sponsors tables outside in the foyer, see what little games they've going on. If there's a purple man or whatever there's going on out there, I've seen there's some cool stuff happening. Go and introduce yourself, swap business cards, and connect with these guys. So I've got two questions for you, and we might as well just start. I feel like I'm not looking at you guys. Sean, we might as well just start with you, and then we can work our way along. And the first question I wanted to ask is, you know, with sponsors panel discussions, often we can overlook the fact that the people that we're speaking to are highly successful individuals in their own right. And I didn't want to overlook that. I actually want to tap into that a little bit before we get to the kind of corporate side. So my question for each of you, and you can just do this in turn, is as successful men in your own right, you're each the heads of the organizations that you work for. So should I introduce? I should probably tell you they're from here. So we've got Sean Rodemeyer is the CEO of Multinet Home Loans. Heno is the head of Old Mutual Strategic Marketing. Head of Old Mutual Strategic Marketing. Matt Lawson is one of the directors of Currencies Direct, and Jonathan Derrida is the CEO of Snap It, the bridging finance app that we use. Okay, so as successful men in your own right, I'd like to hear your personal insights on success in business. You know, if you were giving a motivational speech and you've each got 2 minutes, like what would you isolate as what has made you successful? What has given you the success you've had in your own lives?
Yeah, that's quite interesting. We actually had a management conference the last 2 days, and that question came up on what makes us successful personally. And for all of us, it was about first having the right foundation. You cannot be successful in your own business as an estate agent, as a bond originator, as anything, if your foundation at home isn't strong. If faith, family, friends hasn't been laid correctly, it comes out in where you are in your personal life. Anyone that tries to be successful in business but is not successful at home finds it difficult. So we said the first thing that you need to do is ensure that you are personally in a good space. And once you're personally in a good space, you can then start focusing on the second thing. So how do you become successful in business? So that's my short answer.
Excellent. Love that.
Firstly, well done on getting everyone here. I think you've done a great job. Maybe a round of applause for Steve. I will try and leave you guys with 5 things. The first thing is attitude. When you wake up in the morning, think about that shop. Give me a shop, please. Yes? The attitude, and the attitude really when life is not going well, how do you react to life? The second thing would be the vision that you've got, and that vision starts with the thoughts that you are thinking, because you are creating your vision with the thoughts. The next one is choice. I mean, you all have the option to choose something, and I read a book about easy to do, easy not to do, and I think that is something that stuck with me, like do the things that's easy not to do, because that creates a consistency. Fourth is your commitment to your friends, to your family. I had a good friend the other day that said he's going to go to a hunting trip, and I said, yeah, but you've got this amazing trip that's coming on, why don't you go to the better trip? He said, because I gave my word. And make sure that your word is there and people believe your word. And then lastly, it's about the small things in life. And one thing that stood out to me recently that I heard is ask one more question. Ask one more question. When you speak to somebody, don't just say, how's it going? Say, how's it going? I mean, how's your family? You don't know what that one more question can unlock. And I hope you guys enjoy the 5 trips.
No, thanks very much. Listen, I think essentially what I'd like to touch on is probably relationships, you know, the key to relationships throughout your career. I think just to tell you a quick story, I suppose how I ultimately ended up here is a couple of years ago, I live in Belito. I was looking for an office. I was in another organization at that point in time. I needed a desk and a place to sit to do some work. And lo and behold, somebody offered me a spot and said, listen, we've got a spare desk in our office. And it happened to be Andrew Thompson. So 5 years later, I'm in a new role. Andrew's in a new role. He was with a different business at that point in time. And here I sit. We've managed to connect again, to formulate a relationship where we have the privilege of partnering EXP throughout the year on your roadshows. And yeah, I would just say focus on relationships and connections. You never know when you're going to need them or when they may arise.
Morning, everyone. I think the bad thing about going last is as the first, second, and third start going through their points, you're sitting here looking at them saying, wow, they actually just stole everything I was going to say. So I think for me, a big factor to success is being able to help somebody solve a problem. They say that if you can solve a problem for your client, you've got that client for life. So I'm a salesperson by heart, and that's been my focus all along. Wherever I go, I try to help that client, and I try to solve those problems for them so that you can show your client that it's not just about pushing a sale. It's going further, over and above, and actually showing them that you want to help them. So in that, you start building great relationships as well.
Excellent. Love it. Love all of that. Yeah, Matt, I love what you said about relationships. That's probably been the biggest key for me in my journey, and I've had lots of failure in life. But through it all, have built relationships and kept relationships, and it's been every major door that's ever opened in my life of opportunity has opened through a relationship with someone that I had. It wasn't some cold thing or something that I kind of dreamt up myself. It was through a relationship. So I guess that would be my 5 cents that I would chip in. So we've got a bit of time, so I'd love to hear you talk through what you think is happening in the South African economy, particularly in your own spaces. And my question is going to be around what you think the threats are in 2025. Where are we? You know, we're kind of in weird days. We've come out of the sort of post-COVID, and we were in a recession before COVID, and then there was COVID, and then there was load shedding, and now we got load shedding again, or do we? Or, you know, it's interest rates are coming down, and there's a lot of positivity, like it's going to be a great year, but then, like, you know, there's also worries and concerns. So I'd love to hear where you think we are as a country, where you are as an industry, and what sort of threats or opportunities there are for agents where we are right now.
Yeah, so I think we need to be exceptionally honest with each other. The home loans industry, and we're talking about cash as well as bond business, has been, except now for COVID, with the 2 years that we had the lowest interest rates, has been on a decline for the last 5 years. The only thing that's saving us is the inflation rate, so property prices have gone up. The Western Cape has really helped us. A lot of people coming down here, so the inflation rate here has exceeded the 15%. Some areas even doubled in size in terms of property prices. But what we need to be honest with ourselves is that the property industry is under pressure. And if you're not going to be the best version of yourself or the best agent in your area, you're going to take that pressure by not getting sales. Inflation rate, 3.2% yesterday. It's already been seen that inflation is going to slowly start creeping up in the last quarter of the new financial, which means that our interest rate cycle is probably going to come to an end faster than what we expected the downward cycle to happen. That causes, of course, pressure on affordability, and that causes pressure on home loan prices and people buying properties. So if you're an agent here, and if you are a bond originator or someone that's in the property industry, you need to be the best in your area and the field of expertise. Otherwise, you will be left behind. We need to face the reality that we're going through tough times. We're fighting with the largest economy in the world. Our president is putting his gloves on, and that's going to affect us. It's going to affect employment. It's going to affect people's affordability in our industry. So you need to be the best, and it's not going anywhere. Even when interest rates were at 27%, we're talking a few years ago, people are still buying properties. We just need to be those people there.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sean. So we are very grateful for our relationship with Multinet. Are there any Multinet consultants? I know Amanda was here. Any other Multinet consultants in the room? Just take a look around you and introduce yourself to one of the Multinet consultants. If you're an EXP agent, there is a very, very healthy bond commission that gets paid to you directly. You don't split that with the company. It's one of the secondary income streams. Same with some of the other companies here. In fact, same with all of the companies here. So yeah, we're grateful for you guys. Sean, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
just
your
on that,
partnership.
Stephen, I mean, just on the bond commission, most big organizations keep a chunky part of that commission for themselves. Won't mention names. EXP is the only one that gives 100% to their agents. I mean, on R1 million, on R1 million deal, you're getting 5,000 Rand. We've paid out, I just worked out, we paid out last year just over 1.5 million Rand to the EXP agents. So yeah, thank you.
Incredible. Incredible.
I'd like to try and build on what both of you said, because if you want to be the best and you want to add some value to your customer, that it's a problem that they need to solve and how we can help them solve. I think from a Old Mutual point of view, the partnership that we've put in place with the referral agreement for you is really that we can help your customers with their finances. Now, I don't know if they're very wealthy. I don't know if they are struggling. Whatever their problem is, we can help to solve that. And I spoke to Victoria outside. She said, just explain to me what is this referral mechanism and how can we help you? I said, is it short term? Is it your house, your home? We can help you with that. Is it retirement planning? Is it investment planning? Is it having life cover because you bought a house? Is it disability cover because you want to protect your ability to earn an income? Whatever shape or form, whether it's international investments, private clients, whether it's just helping somebody to do a proper budget, we are there for you. And I think the referral agreement is very strong, and thanks for Steve for putting that in place. We've got tied agents from Old Mutual, the biggest and the oldest distribution force in South Africa. So we've got people across the country that we can support to get a financial advisor to link with you. All you need to do is sign up as an independent contractor, and I think very importantly, you can earn passive income. You can build a second revenue stream for having the right relationships and the contacts with your customers.
Yeah, guys, becoming an Old Mutual independent contractor is a complete no-brainer. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just the admin of filling in a form. Once you've done that, every client you deal with has got insurance needs. They're in transition in their life. And a simple referral to a highly professional organization. I do my own personal insurance with these guys, and I'm very happy, and with a clear conscience, I recommend them to you. It's a no-brainer. So add that as another stream of income. You know, you add up these four guys here. What they can do for you is 1, 2, 3, 4 streams of income that you can add to your sales income and your revenue share income at EXP. Suddenly you've got 6 streams of income. That's one of the secrets to financial freedom. So please do chat to the Old Mutual guys. Matt.
Sure. Listen, I've sort of been in the FX markets for about 20 years now. Quite a repetitive question is, where's the currency going? You know, as we know, the rand volatility is always a challenge. Standard answer, we're going to have some ups and downs, you know. And you sit there, close your eyes, spin a wheel, and hopefully land the best, you know. I think in terms of currencies direct and what we actually do, we focus on the real estate market for a number of reasons. Many of your sellers, okay, not necessarily in Cape Town, I believe it's the best place to live in the world. See you in a couple of years, perhaps. But a lot of our sellers are emigrating. So the reason for sale is they're exiting South Africa, they're selling up and perhaps going to join family in the UK, Australia, wherever that may be. What we do is we take care of the regulatory requirements, as well as obviously offering them better exchange rates than they would get from their bank. So that's the type of lead we would want from you, as well as, I suppose, only the blessed Garden Route and Cape Town get the international buyers and sellers. Your foreign nationals that are buying in Paarl, Franschhoek, Camps Bay, I suppose all of Cape Town at this point in time, as well as the Garden Route, is exceptionally attractive to the European market. We help them with bringing the money into South Africa, as well as making sure that it's reported correctly into the Reserve Bank. So in 10 years' time, when they decide to sell up and go back home, okay, the ease of doing business and the simplicity of the record keeping helps us remove that, let's call it hassle from their lives. So straightforward, people emigrating and people immigrating is really what we're after, as well as South Africans returning home. People have done their 10 years in London, realize it's a cuck place to live, and then they come back home. Okay, cool.
And how does it benefit the agent that refers
Yeah,
someone?
so much like the multi-net team, the commission payable is paid directly to the agent and nothing goes to your head office at all. So what we do is we pay you a margin on the exchange rate spread that we make. We pay you a commission on that, on every successful transaction. Just to put it into context, over the past 12 months when we started this relationship with EXP, we've had, I think, 26 agents refer a successful transaction to us. So that's quite significant. And yeah, hoping to double that number as we go forward and add some revenue to the teams.
Yes, and I know that Shanae Forster, I told you yesterday, she's got this 35 million rand cash offer. He's a UK buyer, so he's bringing the cash in. She's going through Currencies Direct, and there will be another stream of income for her on that transaction. So, guys, just box smart. Jonathan.
Thanks so much, guys. To answer your question, Steve, I think with the reduction in prime lending rate, we'll see a spark in a buyer's market. And with that comes a multitude of financial hurdles that sellers will have to overcome. And generally, when you try to navigate yourself as a seller through this journey, there aren't really people to hold your hand to say, listen, I can sort this out for you. There aren't really people that have been placed in the empowerment position to be able to say, I can sort this out for you, to solve that problem. So with regards to Snapit and what we offer, the first one is obviously being able to access your commission so that you can keep your eyes on your clients and help your clients. And the second one is how you help your clients is every single time that there is a sale of a property, your client will have to pay fixed costs before that property is sold. They'll have to pay rates and taxes, they'll have to pay levies. Those fees can be very stressful for a seller, especially if they weren't aware of it. So Snapit has empowered the estate agent to put that in your hands with a tap of a button, and you can help your client out. Alleviating that pressure and that stress point for your seller really locks in that client for you, and over and above, you earn commission. So just to put into example, same as what Sean said, the commission generally earned on a R1 million snap will also be about 5,000 Rand. So just really generating that additional revenue stream. And then, of course, something to mention, we are kicking off the Seller Snap EXP promotion on Monday. So we will be providing training every second Wednesday on how to do a Seller Snap and when to do a Seller Snap and what to say to your clients so that we can really empower you to be that solution for your client. So the EXP Seller Snap promotion will run for 6 months, and every snap you do is an entry into the draw, and after 6 months when we do the lucky draw, the lucky person will have the entire year's fees paid for. So just trying to help and educate the estate agent to be empowered.
Well, guys, we want to thank you. It's awesome to be in business with good people. And EXP South Africa have surrounded themselves with incredible service providers, and not only good for the business, but good for you, and you can develop extra income with your partnership. So we appreciate you guys. Appreciate your support of the Build Conference. This couldn't happen without you guys, so thank you. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you.